Hello and welcome to Untold British News. Today we'll be delving into a significant issue. Keir Starmer and the Labour government are facing backlash for their alleged interference in US politics. Yes, that's right. Keir Starmer seems to have found himself in hot water across the Atlantic, with legal proceedings possibly on the horizon. In today's video, we'll discuss all the details of this situation and cover the latest political news from across the country. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Untold British News. We're rapidly growing, and with your help, we aim to reach at least 1,000 subscribers. Now let's get into it. The 2024 U.S. presidential campaign is heating up, and former President Donald Trump is once again at the forefront. His campaign has lodged an official complaint accusing the Labour Party of blatant foreign interference. According to Trump's team, Labour staff members have been flying to the U.S. to campaign for Vice President Camilla Harris in critical swing states. The complaint, submitted to the U.S. Federal Election Commission, argues that Labour has crossed a line with what appears to be illegal contributions by foreign nationals to Harris's campaign. Trump campaign co-manager Susan Weller made a bold statement, claiming that Americans will soon reject what she described as big government oppression, a reference to the political philosophies that the Labour Party allegedly shares with the Democrats. She added that Harris's campaign, struggling to resonate with American voters, is relying on foreign help to push its message, suggesting that this is a sign of desperation. She continued by saying, "President Trump will return strength and leadership to the White House, putting America and its citizens first. The Harris campaign's reliance on foreign assistance is just another chapter in a long history of election interference that goes against the principles of American democracy." However, despite these serious accusations, there's currently no evidence to suggest that the Labour Party has violated any U.S. laws. Reports indicate that Labour staff members traveling to the U.S. are doing so in their personal capacity, using their own time and money. While Labour itself isn't paying for these trips, there are indications that housing and accommodations are being organized by volunteers supporting the Democratic Party. The decision by the Trump campaign to file this complaint comes after a senior Labour official allegedly encouraged staff to travel to key battleground states like North Carolina, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. In a post, which has since been deleted, the official mentioned having nearly 100 Labour Party members either already in the U.S. or planning to travel there in the coming weeks. In an interview about the relationship between the Labour Party and the Democrats, former Labour MP Jonathan Ashworth shed some light on the situation. He explained that the ties between the two parties are long-standing and rooted in shared progressive values. It's common, he said, for political parties around the world to share campaign strategies, especially in modern elections where the stakes are global. Ashworth also emphasized that, regardless of the outcome of the U.S. election, Keir Starmer would work with whoever the American people choose to lead their country, maintaining the special relationship between the UK and the US. But not everyone is pleased with Labour's apparent involvement. Pastor Mark Burns, a close ally of Donald Trump, voiced his concerns in an interview with GB News. Burns criticized the Labour Party, arguing that Kamala Harris is struggling so much with American voters that she's now relying on foreign help to win over the electorate. He went on to claim that Labour supports policies that weaken America's global standing, which is why, in his view, they align with Harris. Interestingly, it's not just Labour that has been active in U.S. politics. Members of the Conservative Party have also been involved, with former Justice Secretary Robert Buckland reportedly campaigning for the Democrats. Nigel Farage, leader of Reform UK, had initially planned to campaign for Trump, but has since suspended those plans to focus on contesting a seat in the upcoming UK general election. Speaking after his victory in the Clacton seat, Farage said that his priority is now to his constituents and his role in Parliament, so his involvement in US politics would be minimal. However, he didn't hold back in criticizing Labour's actions, calling it direct election interference by the governing party. Farage went on to say that Labour's actions are short-sighted, especially if Trump wins the election, as it could jeopardize future relations between the U.S. and the UK. This growing divide between Labour and the Republicans threatens the diplomatic efforts Keir Starmer has been making to establish a positive relationship with Donald Trump. Just last month, Starmer met with Trump for a 2-hour dinner in New York, where they discussed the long-standing friendship between the UK and the US and the importance of maintaining strong ties, regardless of who sits in the Oval Office. According to reports, Foreign Secretary David Lammy, who has been a vocal critic of Trump, was also present at the meeting. In other developments, opinion polls for the 2024 U.S. presidential election suggest that it could be one of the closest races in history. In fact, some polls are even predicting a potential tie in the Electoral College vote, a scenario that would plunge the country into unprecedented political uncertainty. Shifting gears to a different headline, tensions are rising within the British royal family. According to insiders, the relationship between Prince Harry and Queen Camilla is at an all-time low. The two have reportedly had a strained relationship for years, but things took a dramatic turn after the publication of Harry's memoir, Spare, in January 2023. In the book, Harry made several controversial statements, including comparing Camilla to a wicked stepmother and criticizing her role within the family. Sources now claim that Camilla is strongly opposed to King Charles inviting Prince Harry back into the royal fold, even for informal visits. One insider mentioned that Camilla believes Harry is a wolf in sheep's clothing, and she's concerned that any interaction with him could be detrimental to the health of the king and the unity of the family. Harry, who has returned to the UK several times this year, has not seen his father since February, when he rushed back after learning of King Charles's cancer diagnosis. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan have reportedly purchased a new property in Portugal, sparking speculation that the couple may be looking for a European base after being evicted from Frogmore Cottage earlier this year. As always, we'll be keeping an eye on these stories as they develop, so stay tuned for updates. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to Untold British News. We're well on our way to reaching 1,000 subscribers, and we'd love to have you join our growing community. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and goodbye.